Hey, it's Kevin. Thanks for stopping by the video blog. Today we're talking stiff competition. Yes, the title harkens back, for those of you really trivia buffs, a Cheap Trick song. I should know it's from the first or from the second or third album, from In Color or from Heaven's Night. And I'll be honest with you, I can't remember which one it's from. I know I should look it up, and that would make me a better trivia person. But you know what? I'm not. I got other things going. See, I'm in a trivia mode today. We have our pretty much quarterly trivia competition at one of the local Catholic schools tonight here in Nashville. My buddy Boo and his wife Vic, my buddy Jay and his wife Dana. It's Jay and Dana's kids' school, and it's a fundraiser, and we go put down, $10-20, and basically go find out how dumb we are, because we're usually competing against school teachers. We've gotten into arguments before about what's trivia and what's not trivia, and well, it's always interesting. But what I'm talking about today, and why it's called stiff competition, is as I sit here and try to prepare. And how do you prepare for trivia? It's stuff you either know off the top of your head or you don't, or you can remember. And that's what we get into the argument about. What is trivia? Trivia is not book learning. Trivia is stuff you learn along the way. Hence, one of my favorite trivia questions, something I've actually talked about today, because it's also come up because of Ricardo Montalban passing away, in the old Chrysler Cordoba commercials. It was soft Corinthian leather, not rich Corinthian leather or fine Corinthian leather, like so many people misquote. How do I know that? I don't know. I did have to go back to double check to make sure I was right when I mentioned that something the other day to somebody, but it's one of those things you just know. Now, I've memorized tons of Trivial Pursuit games. It's why I played trivia on the radio for many years in different markets. Trivia is my thing. I'm pretty good at it. I'm not great at it. My buddy Boo's probably better than I am. Between the two of us, we're pretty dangerous when it comes to trivia. When it comes to book learning, you can forget it. And go figure. But what really we're talking about today is, well, where you get the competitive gene. Or the competitive streak, if you will. Yes, some of it is genetic. Now, what's funny is, if you were to know my parents, my mother is the least competitive person in the world. She likes to play trivia games. My parents have been watching Jeopardy, since Art Fleming hosted it in the 60s. I think they still watch Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune every night to this day. They play along at home, they shout out the answers, that whole kind of thing. But my mother would never think of ever going and applying to be on one of those game shows because she's not competitive enough. My father is competitive, but nothing like I am. I mean, I can remember being competitive going back to when I was in first or second or third grade. I got into trouble with one teacher. May have been Mrs. Cooper in like third grade, because again, I remember a little girl named Nancy, and she had dark hair, and we were competing about something in science. And I remember vinegar and onions, and I don't remember what I was being competitive about, but I was being competitive, and I've always been competitive. I was competitive on the basketball court. That's why I played basketball. I wasn't very talented, but because of my hustle and because of my desire, because I was a competitor, I was able to at least make the team my junior year. In the radio world, I was, a fierce competitor. That's why I work literally 24/7, 365. It's kind of where I get my work ethic, is that competitive spirit. I'm always looking for a competitive edge. I'm always looking to compete. I don't know where I get this from. I really don't know most of my grandparents. One of my grandfathers died long before I was born. My mother's father died when she was 16. My mother's mother died when I was 11, so that was really the only grandparent I knew. My father's father left home when he was 13, so that takes us back to the late 40s, so I've never met him. And my father's mother passed away when I was just 2 years old. I don't even remember Grandma Rose. So maybe I got it from one of them. I don't know. But no matter what you put me in, I'm competitive. So where's that stiff competition come from? I don't know. But we're going to go out and try to be competitive tonight, or yell and scream and have a couple of pops and have a good time. And always try to remind ourselves it's for a good cause. Stiff competition. I often wonder what I'd be like if I were less competitive. I know it wouldn't make me the person I am today. Have a good one. Back tomorrow. Another issue of the blog.